All right, so Black Rifle Coffee. I'm super excited because, and this is why, there's a new one opening up right on the corner. Yeah, their own location here in the DFW area, which is outstanding because I don't know if you know this or not, but every time I buy a pound of coffee, I got to pay shipping because it comes from Salt Lake City.
Yep.
So we're adding like $5 every single time.
So you got to buy in bulk to make it kind of
exactly. And if you know anything about coffee, not to insult your intelligence, but if you know anything about coffee, the
heavy.
fresher the better.
The fresher.
Yeah,
the better,
the quicker you can consume from the time it was roasted, the better off you are.
Yeah,
That's true. So I'm buying 2 pounds because I'm cheap, and
then by the time you get to
it's like, But I mean, this is 3-week-old coffee.
Okay.
So it's still pretty okay, but I'm not excited about that, man. I thought to myself, sweet, I can go be a barista. Wait, I don't want to be a barista. But I don't got to pay charges either. And it's exciting. Although, I don't know if you've noticed this or not. You've been watching Steven Crowder?
Yeah.
He doesn't have his his Black Rifle coffee anymore on his desk. So I'm wondering if they dropped him as a sponsor. He hasn't mentioned him either.
He hasn't. No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right? So I'm hoping they didn't have a falling out. I'm hoping everything is cool because I kind of like Steven Crowder more than I like coffee because I can always go Folgers.
Sure. Yeah. So.
Maybe.
Yeah. So Folgers in our house lasts about a week, and we make it super strong. Like this is good. It's got a good taste, but when I make our coffee in the morning, like the grinds are just about flowing over.
Oh, no kidding.
It's like
wow.
Yeah, it's like super strong.
Now, are you going for the strong taste, or a strong feel?
I've got both. Well, strong feel, but I've gotten used to the strong taste. So now, like when I have, if I go to IHOP or Denny's and have coffee, I'm like, oh god, this is awful. It's because it's so weak. It's not weak, and it doesn't have that bold taste. So right now we're drinking the Columbia Black, the Black Silk. And it's super. It's it's a 5-to-1 ratio. So if it calls for 1 scoop, we usually put 5 scoops. It calls for 5 scoops. I'm putting about 25. Not
right.
25, but it's strong. It's 1 cup will give the average man the shakes. So.
It gives me the shakes thinking about it. But that's the reason I ask is I think Folgers probably over roast their coffee.
They may.
Are you familiar with I just learned this.
It's mass produced, so I can't imagine it's.
Yeah, right. It's not. They're not taking that extra time and effort to really culture and coddle the flavor. But the lighter the roast, the stronger the brew. Not taste, but caffeine wise.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
But I've also heard the opposite of that too.
Who told you that?
Google, but
Google lies.
Yeah.
That's if you take a look at the blondes. And the light roasts, much more powerful. They don't have as much the taste profile.
Yeah.
And this one,
the longer you brew it, the more you cook it.
Roast it.
Roast it. Well, to cook, right? Just the verb to process whatever it is that you do. That process, the longer there's heat to it, the more of the caffeine, I guess, from what I understand, is burnt out of it or cooked out of it.
Well, it depends. Like when you brew it, you're only going to 212 at the tops. You really shouldn't brew at 212. Alton Brown likes 208.
What is that type of coffee? And I seen it. There's a shop out by Hertz Donuts in Fort Worth, and it's this contraption that they have, and it's like it moves like the coffee in this.
I haven't seen.
I don't know what it's called. Like it's super strong, super bold, super like oh god.
Muy robusto, huh?
Yeah, I have no idea. I will say I was a bit of a fiend sucker for the Starbucks Nitro Brew. Have you ever had it?
I haven't.
Oh my god. Yeah.
One of it's Arabica beans. I just learned this. Yes, I was rewatching Good Eats, and it was about coffee. And there's 2 types of beans. All the beans in the world, 2 types: Arabica and like some type of Robusto, I think. And all the flavor variants just depend on where it's grown. And so, but not a lot of people like the Robusto, but it's super strong.
That's
really caffeinated.
Yeah, I don't know anything about coffee. I'm not a coffee connoisseur. Like some people are like wine and beer connoisseurs and whiskey connoisseurs or whatever. Like my first experience with coffee, like I didn't drink coffee in the military. Like We didn't have energy drinks back then, right? This is like circa 1998. So it was no dose, right? You worked late night shift, pop some no dose. But and then the coffee that I had exposure to is like was at building, like it was awful, right? But when I met Tamar, my wife, I was in school, college, and I was staying up late studying for whatever, getting up early studying for midterms. And she's like, "You want me to make you some coffee?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'll make you some coffee."
In fact, I do.
Yeah, sure, I'll take your coffee. So she made me coffee the way we make it now, but I was like I did not have caffeine in my blood. Like I had no caffeine tolerance.
This is best cup ever.
Oh my god! So I finished one. I was like, "Man, that's tasty." Right? He's like, "You want another?" Like, yeah.
Like it tasted good or it just felt good?
It tasted good.
Oh.
The kick hadn't kicked in quite
wow.
yet. I was like, "Yeah, let me get another one." Halfway through the second cup, like I'm literally like.
Really good coffee, man. Really good coffee.
I'm jacked,
really good.
Man. I'm jacked. And I was like, "So this is what it's like." She's like, "Oh yeah."
I now understand.
But she made it 5x strong. Like, if it was a 1 to 5. I'm like, "This is what you." Good Lord. Then it got to the point where I was drinking that style of coffee a pot a day. Like before 10 o'clock, I was.
So it escalated quickly, huh?
Oh, good Lord!
Wow.
I was a caffeine fiend. So I've cut it back to, and this is technically my second cup for the day, but special occasion.
Well, just so you guys know, Scott is like a giant, so these proportions, keep that in mind. A regular man of average stature would be off. He'd go to the moon probably.
See, that's funny you say that, because tomorrow when she would cook dinner, she would give me the same portion size she give the kids.
That's bull.
This is like, I'm like, what is what is this?
All right.
Right. I'm currently in my current state 6'6", 280. I'm like, what is this? This is not a meal. This is a snack. Feed me, woman.
These are hors d'oeuvres.
So,
Yeah, that's
true
weak.
story.